In my last video I told you about two things that I dislike about living here in Koh Samui. Only two things really. Today's video is going to be about the 10 good things that I like about living here in Koh Samui. And I suppose number one on my list would be that you can come out in the morning to some beach like this and watch the sunrise. And then about 5:30 you can set off and drive across to the other side of the island and watch the sunset, which you can rarely do living on the mainland. Number two on my list would be the beautiful beaches and the crystal clear waters that you normally find on most tropical islands. Living in the mainland of Thailand, very often you don't see water like this on the coastal areas like Hua Hin, Pattaya, all the way down around those type of places. Sea is beautiful and the beaches are beautiful, but very rarely do you see it crystal clear like this, where you can see your feet and see the fishes swimming around. Another thing I like about living on Koh Samui, you can drive around the island non-stop in about 1.5 hours. Or there's hundreds of little beaches scattered around the island, secluded beaches just like this one, where you can drive up and have a great day at the beach. Koh Samui being quite mountainous, I suppose number four on my list would be the amount of viewpoints that you can visit to see the fantastic scenery on the island, the fantastic Gulf of Thailand and the views out to sea. You can see these in many places. There's many touristy type viewpoints, such as Lad Cow Viewpoint and Lamai Lookout. And there's also many places you can just drive up to a mountain and find a view for yourself. There's also many private lookouts that are in hotels or restaurants like this one, which is the Jungle Club. You can go there and have something to eat or a drink and take in this magnificent view. Others include the Heart of Samui and the Roof, which is also very popular. Many temples are also built quite high, so you can go to a beautiful temple and take in views like this, and it won't cost you anything. Another thing that's very good about living in Koh Samui is the temples. Personally, I know of 18 beautiful temples here, but I'm sure there's lots more. And out of those 18, I think that this would probably be the most popular. This is Big Buddha, and most tourists who arrive on the island, if they've got the time, come and look at this one. To me, it's not the most beautiful temple here, and we'll go and have a look at that next. For me, this is the most beautiful temple in Koh Samui. It's called Wat Plai Layem. It's only about 3-minute drive from Big Buddha east. You just turn left as you come out of Big Buddha and look for a 7-Eleven and then turn left again, and it'll bring you to this beautiful temple. And what I like about this It's got 3 temples. There's this one with the happy smiling Buddha, and then you've got this one which we'll go around and have a look at in a minute. And on the other side of that there's another one. I don't know the names of the icons or statues of the Buddhist monks or religion. This looks very Indian to me rather than Thai, but they cater for all Buddhists here. But as you can see, it's very, very beautiful. This one's in the shape of a boat. We'll go and have a look at that one next. So this is the second one. You've got the big Buddha there, and then you've got this one here. It's like 3 temples in one. And then you've got this one, which I said it looks very Indian. And we'll go down and I'll take a look at that from the front. But so very beautiful. I much prefer this than Big Buddha. For some reason, tourists like Big Buddha better. And this is the third one, the third icon. You've got many arms, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 arms. And you can see the big fish here, hoping that I got food, but sorry, I don't have any. They're massive. Look at that one, it's more like a shark, that white one. Another one there. Yeah, so very beautiful. That's another great thing that Koh Samui has going for it. The temples. Number 6 on my list would be the clothing that you wear. Living in Australia, it's a hot country, but you still wore trousers and shirts and proper shoes. I don't even own a pair of proper shoes here in Thailand, and this is my normal attire. T-shirt or singlet, shorts, and I have lots of them, but I've never had to wear a proper shirt or a tie or a jacket. The only other thing you wear, I suppose, is a raincoat. And I buy one of them plasticky ones. I don't have a proper raincoat. I just have one in my motorbike to keep me dry if it rains. And it does rain. We get wet seasons here in Thailand, and you get heavy rains, but it's still very hot and sticky. So I just put on a plastic mac. That's a very big plus for me, because I don't like having a wardrobe full of clothes and having to dress up. Never have done. Hated it when I had to wear suits and ties to go out on a night. Here I can go straight from the beach and go out for the night if I want to, and no one looks at me and thinks, oh, look at him, underdressed, you know, he should be wearing something better. That's a big plus for me living on a tropical island. Number 7 on my list would be just the feeling of living on an island. Living on an island has its own feeling. I know when I drive onto the ferry and then come across here, all my worries seem to disappear. I feel a different person when I arrive on the other side than the person who drove onto the ferry. There's a different atmosphere completely living on an island. You know, you've got the palm trees, which you might not have so many back on the mainland, but here on Koh Samui, you know, it's full of palm trees, and just the tropical lifestyle. Life seems different. I can go out and drive to somewhere like Koh Samui, sit on the beach in a bar or in a restaurant, and it's beautiful. You get a nice view just like this, but the seas aren't normally so clear, but you get the beautiful view of the beach and the sea, but it's not as tropical. When I'm in Samui, everything seems exotic and different. The same when I go Koh Phangan, or when I lived on Boracay. You know, just the feeling of living on an island is completely different to living on the mainland. And living somewhere like Koh Samui, you're very close to other islands. Koh Phangan is just over that way, only an hour and a half ferry ride. Then you've got Koh Tao, which is further that way, where ferries go from Koh Phangan to Koh Tao. So your proximity to other islands, you don't just have to stay on Koh Samui. And then if you want, you can go and get your ferry over there and go to the mainland and have a weekend away. And the feeling's completely different again then. You can go across there to somewhere like Sichuan or Koh and have a beautiful weekend. That has its own atmosphere. Those two towns are Thai towns. You don't get many tourists, so you've got the different outlook and the different way of life living there, which here is geared up for tourism, but Koh and Sichuan and places like that are not. Number 8 on my list would be the people. The people seem to be different when you live on an island. Living in somewhere like Hua Hin, where I'm at the moment, the people are great. Don't get me wrong, they're very friendly, very nice people. But it's a big town, and quite often they don't remember you, because it's a lot busier, I suppose, than here at the moment as well. People don't recognise you. You go out to a restaurant and sometimes you go there a week later and it's as if they've never seen you before. They greet you as if you're a new guest and you might have been going there for a long time. That happens to me. I lived in Koh Takiab, and I'd go to a restaurant regularly, and I was never treated any differently than the other customers. Not that I wanted special treatment, but it's nice to be recognised. Where I come here, for instance, I sit on the beach. I haven't come here for 2 months or something like that, and I come back here for a month, and I'll be sat on the beach, and there's vendors that walk along the beach selling all sorts of things: clothing, sunglasses, food, massage, and the people recognise me. They go, "Oh, you're back. How are you? Haven't seen you for a long time." The donut seller, I eat donuts sometimes from her, and she's always pleased to see me. She makes a beeline straight for me, and that's how I am. And he even gives me a little bit of discount. Not that I take it, but because I'm a good customer, she says that I always pay the full amount. So yeah, the people are different. They are more friendly. I never get a massage on a beach here in Koh Samui. One of the ladies who does the massage here, she walks up and down the beach looking for customers, and she always recognises me when I come to Samui. Always asks me if I want a massage, always asks me how I am, and I always answer I'm fine, but I don't want a massage. But that doesn't stop her coming over and saying hello to me, which is, I find that very nice. I think it's the same on other islands I've lived. People know you and they recognise you. Because it's a smaller, more compact place, people tend to remember you more than they do on the mainland. Another great thing about Koh Samui is the al fresco dining. You can go to just about any beach in Koh Samui and you'll find some beautiful restaurants, either sitting on the beach, where you actually sit on the beach, or sitting high up in the buildings like this one here. This is Fisherman's Village, this area, but you can go to any beach, you'll find an al fresco dining spot. Quite often some of the bars or the restaurants on the beach will have live shows, like this fire show here, or the one you saw before with the traditional Thai dancing. Many places also have live bands or singers, usually sing traditional Thai songs, but I love that because it's authentic. You're sitting on a Thai beach. It's really nice to listen to some Thai music, and I like Thai music. I didn't when I first got here, but the more I've listened to it, the more I enjoy it. So that brings me to number 10 on my list, which would be the hinterland and the mountain areas and the beautiful countryside. That's the good thing about Samui, is that it's not just a flat island like some islands. It's got a lot of mountainous regions, a lot of flora and fauna and wildlife, and that's another thing that I love about it. If you want to get away from the beach for a little while, you can drive up into the mountains, and it's beautiful, absolutely stunning. Then in the rainy season, when we get lots of rain, which normally runs between September and November, you get the waterfalls running fast, and that's spectacular too. You can drive up the mountains on a dry day when it's not raining in the wet season and see these magnificent waterfalls teeming with water. It's something else to see entirely. So yeah, it's not all about beaches, Koh Samui. There's some beautiful hinterland and mountainous regions. So if you haven't already done so, please push the subscribe button. It'll help me a lot. Thank you very much. And push the thumbs up button. And if you know of anyone who might like to watch my videos, push the link button and forward that to them. If you're thinking of retiring or living in Thailand, please take a look at my book, The Retiree Thailand Handbook, the first 6 months. You'll find it on Amazon. It's crammed full of information to help you tiptoe over the logistics of making Thailand your home in retirement. Thanks a lot for watching my video. So until next time, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.